Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. What's up, folks? It's your favorite Mr. Fix-It DJ DVP with another episode of Mr. Fix-It's Work. I'm sorry, Mr. Fix-It's Workbench. Yeah. yeah. And yeah, this is kind of a continuation of my how-tos in HD series that I started way many moons ago. And so yeah, and from time to time I get tasked or asked to see if I can repair something. So today's repair will feature your guys' favorite little, especially the young people, their favorite set of headphones. We got another pair of Beats. Oops. We got another pair of Beats coming at you. All right. So let's take a look at this. Yeah. Put this over to the side. Oh. All right, what do we have here? So let's see what's the carnage look like. All right, today I think it's kind of a typical side is kind of busted a little bit. I don't think it's any irreparable damage. It looks like it just kind of cracked and came apart. You have I don't know if there's actually a tab or something that's broken. I'm sorry, it's out of focus. Let me see if it'll refocus here. And my focus is so slow. I don't know if there's a tab or anything that's broken that's keeping this open. We may have to use some kind of glue or something to hold it together. Maybe I might hot glue it. I got my hot glue gun already ready. So we have that to check out. We have this piece of metal this piece of metal hinge. Looks like that's intact. There is something, I do believe there's a piece that is missing, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. All right, so for this repair, it looks like what I'm going to try to do. I don't know if you guys you can't really see it. Let me go back to the other view. There's some. First of all, I'm going to try to get this wire reseated back into these grooves. So there's some grooves here on the stainless steel band thing. If I can get my camera to focus. Come on, you can do it. But there's some grooves there for the wire on the stainless steel band. There we go. Finally. So I'm going to reseat the wire in there. I'm going to go ahead and hot glue it in there so it doesn't come off. And then on the inside of this, you can see them right there. That little there's a little standoff tab that's sitting on the inside of that. Well, that's actually like wire management for the wire. There's two of them. I'm going to see if I can get this piece right here. This piece right here. I'm going to see if I can get that off. Either this back piece, some kind of way. I'm going to see if I can get that off so I can really have access to the wire management standoffs. So that's what we'll do. We'll try to pop that off and see what we can get access to. So if you have a computer store or something you go to, or even you want to go online to iFixit or whatever, you can get these nice little plastic tools. I have a set of them. I don't really know exactly which one I need to use for which okay, that popped off. Oh, it gave me a little access. Oh, okay, it swiveled around. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get it off. All right, so I was able to unpop the rest of this this inside plate. So now I have better access to the actual wire. You get. So you actually see it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to seat the wire and I'm going to hot glue it down so it doesn't pop off again. And then I'm going to seat it inside the stainless steel. So let me see if I don't know if I'll be able to get a real nice tight shot on this. See what I can work up here. Excuse me while I adjust the camera just for one moment. All right, so you can kind of see a little bit better. I'm actually, so right here, I've seated the wire into the little holder, and I'm going to drop a little dab of hot glue on there. I'm going to actually go ahead and do the other one as well. So these are designed so that the wire doesn't get in the way of the stainless steel hinge piece. It's going to slide in and out. Alright, so it's back in there. I'm going to go ahead and dab that down with some 2 little drops of hot glue there. Go ahead and get this one on the outside first. Shouldn't take too much, just a little bit. See if I can do this without getting on the ear or melting the, kind of got a lot on the other side, but that's okay. As long as it doesn't affect the closing of the thing. Okay. All right, so we got we got the hot glue on there. Hopefully let me get that out of the track so it doesn't stop the stainless steel piece from sliding. And also try to get this piece off. You got a little bit on the plastic. We'll see. Let's put this in and see how if it still slides unhindered. Oh yeah, I think we got a decent. We managed to get a decent play in there. All right, so now what I'll do, so you can kind of see the way this works is it slides in there, and it kind of cradle. It kind of goes. They have a cutout so that it doesn't bother the wire. So now we're going to take the wire and we'll run it down into its channel like it's designed. Yep. And we're going to drop some hot glue on it so it stays in its place. Let's see if I'm trying to do that without trying to find, let me, a little cumbersome here. Just trying to make sure I get it down deep in there. Should only take 2 little drops or so. Kind of smear it out, smooth it out on there. Hopefully this won't impede its sliding. Go touch this one up here on the top. My hand's in a way you can't really see it, but let me. Alright, so I got my 2 little pieces of hot glue on there. Actually, you know what I should have done? I should have put the hot glue in the thing and then pressed the wire into it instead of doing it on the outside, because now I think I'm going to run into some issues with the hot glue interfering with the sliding. Whereas if I had put it on the inside, then it probably would have, so it may have to come back up. Well, that's the beauty of hot glue though, is that if it doesn't fit good, you can just undo it. It's a semi-permanent type. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna have a whole lot of sliding issues, because I think it's a tight fit. Okay. I think that's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna take this hot glue up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hot glue in the groove, and then I'm going to press the wire into the hot glue. Hopefully I can do that without burning my finger. And do it fast enough that, come on, before the hot glue solidifies. I don't know if I got it in there fast enough. Oops. And then what I'll do is I'll come back with the knife and try to just go over the top. Try to clean it up that way. Let me see if I can do this last one on the inside. A little hot glue bead. Trying to get it in there without using my finger. And I messed that up. Come on, baby. You can still do it. Get in there. I may have gotten beat the time limit. The thing about hot glue is, you know, you only got so much time before it dries or cools off, I should say. Now I'm trying to take my X-Acto and shave off a little bit of this hot glue on the top. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Try to take some of this X-Acto without cutting the wire, so to speak, or my finger, because both of those are pretty important. Oops. Don't think I'm doing a good job of that. Kind of blobbed up. That didn't work as good as I'd like it to work. The intent was there. I think a non-hot glue would have been would be better. But let's see if there's clearance. If there's clearance, then it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's see if this will pop back on here. Well, that didn't work so good. I made it too stiff. Let me take this. Let me take the hot glue. It's interfering with the sliding. It's too bad. I think it was a good idea to put it in the groove. That's a sound idea, but if you're going to do that, you got to get the wire in and pressed in place quickly before it dries, because it needs to be pretty tight. And I actually caused the wire to pop out of its holder. Oops. Okay. Well, it just takes a little patience. There we go. I kind of popped it back in the holder, even though I've kind of messed up my little glue that was there. Let's see. I'm going to try to snap this back on. See what kind of... It's a little stiff. So I think if it's too stiff, the user may pull it too hard and pull it back out. Oops. So I think that was actually bent a little bit. So it's working, or it's on there. Oh. See how now what I was talking about earlier is the detent is lost. So you can hear I think you can hear the nice little buzzing, the clicking or whatever. Well, this one side doesn't have it, but because the hot glue is there, it kind of added a little friction. So it's got a little stiffness to it as opposed to just being loosey-goosey. Let's see. So I popped all that in. Let's fire it up with some music and see if it works. Set the hot glue gun right. Let's side goes where? This goes here. Let's try. I'm going to try with some music and let's see. I'll be right back. Okay, and I am back. So I ran some music through it and they worked fine. There was no problem with the speakers anyway, so that wasn't an issue. And so for the last finishing touch, what I'm going to do to it, which some people may or may not like, I tend to think that the whole allure of Beats in the first place is their not only the brand but the way they look, their image. It's kind of like Apple. You know, people buy iPhones but don't buy cases for them. Which is kind of silly. But the whole point of them buying it, I guess, is so everybody can know they have an iPhone. And so therefore they don't want to cover it up, which, I mean, I guess that's fair. But with this being said, I kind of like to stay with function sometimes over looks. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add some box tape. The reason I'm going to add box tape to it is so that this panel has some extra strength to it. I'm trying to make it, and I decided on box tape because it's clear and it won't, if I can do a good job, it won't look so bad. Hopefully. And the owner of these can still have some halfway decent looking Beats, I guess. Maybe. I'm sorry. Yeah. Fortunately, I'm trying not to get my fingerprints all over the tape. I don't think I'm going to be able to prevent that though. I need a pair of scissors and not just exactly. But I'm just going to wrap that around. That way, if it goes under some force, the box tape will help keep it together, and it'll help keep it from oops. Yeah, so it'll be less likely to want to come apart since it's been unsnapped before. It's going to be more prone. Since it's been unsnapped before, it's going to be more prone to wanting to come apart again now. So now that it's box taped together, it'll be less likely to come apart. Let's see here. Trying to see if I want to do the other. I'll just do one side, I suppose. They can box tape the other side if they like it. But there we go. All right, so we got another Beats headphone repair. Again, guys, you know, to each his own. But if you decide to get some Beats or whatever, and they get damaged or whatnot, you know, check out some of my videos or whatever. You may be able to repair it yourself, and keep it going. So that'll do it for this episode. Thank you again for tuning in. Stop by my channel. We have random things here, but I like to do DIY fix-it repair videos from time to time when someone gives me something they need fixed, or if I have something broken that I need to fix, I'll do a video or whatever. Be sure to follow my channel and like this video if it helps you out. So again, thanks for watching. This is DJ DBP for MoralRichMedia, and I'll see you next time. Peace.